Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a mischievous young boy named Oliver. He had a shock of unruly brown hair, mischievous hazel eyes, and a penchant for weaving tales that left the villagers alternately amused and exasperated. Oliver's favorite pastime was tending to the village sheep, a responsibility he often neglected in favor of his vivid imagination. One sunny morning, as the golden rays of the sun painted the landscape with warmth, Oliver stood atop a grassy hill, his shepherd's staff in hand. His mind, however, was not on the diligent task of watching over the flock. Rather, it was consumed by the desire for a bit of excitement. The quiet countryside seemed dull to him, and he longed for something to break the monotony. In that moment, an idea sparked in Oliver's mischievous mind. A wicked grin spread across his face as he concocted a plan to inject some thrill into his otherwise mundane day. He took a deep breath, cleared his throat dramatically, and unleashed a blood-curdling scream that echoed through the valley. "Wolf! Wolf! A ferocious wolf is attacking the sheep," he yelled, his voice carrying the perfect blend of terror and urgency. The villagers, startled by Oliver's cries, dropped their tools and rushed to his aid. Concern etched on their faces, they sprinted towards the hill, fear gripping their hearts. The whole village gathered around Oliver, who stood with a triumphant smirk on his face, reveling in the attention. "Where is the wolf, Oliver?" asked the blacksmith, wiping sweat from his forehead. Oliver pointed dramatically towards the flock. "It ran off into the woods, but I managed to scare it away just in time. The sheep are safe thanks to my quick thinking." Relieved, the villagers patted Oliver on the back, praising him for his bravery. The day went on as usual, but Oliver basked in the newfound admiration that had been showered upon him. Little did he realize the consequences his deceit would bring. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The routine of village life resumed, and Oliver continued to watch over the flock with a renewed sense of importance. However, the allure of attention and praise began to fade, leaving Oliver feeling restless once again. Unable to resist the temptation, Oliver found himself standing on the same hill where he had cried wolf before. He took a deep breath, and with a devilish twinkle in his eye, he let out another spine-chilling scream. "Wolf! Wolf! It's back, and it's even more ferocious than before." The villagers, though skeptical, couldn't ignore the urgency in Oliver's voice. They dropped everything and rushed to the hill, fear and concern etched on their faces. Once again, they found Oliver standing with a triumphant grin. "Oliver, are you sure this time?" asked the village elder, a furrow in his brow. "Oh, absolutely. It was right here, but it scampered away when it saw me coming. I swear," Oliver replied, feigning sincerity. The villagers exchanged wary glances but reluctantly accepted Oliver's reassurances. They dispersed, shaking their heads at the mischievous boy who seemed to have a penchant for weaving tales. As days passed, Oliver reveled in the attention and praise once more. His tales of the ferocious wolf became legendary in the village, and he became the center of every conversation. However, the more he cried wolf, the less the villagers believed him. The trust that had once bound the community together began to erode, replaced by skepticism and doubt. One fateful day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, a genuine sense of dread settled upon Oliver. The air became thick with tension as he spotted a real threat approaching the flock, a massive, hungry wolf with gleaming eyes and bared teeth. Fear gripped Oliver's heart as he realized the gravity of his actions. The villagers, tired of his false alarms, were slow to respond. Panic set in as the wolf lunged towards the helpless sheep, its growls echoing through the quiet night. Desperation etched across his face. Oliver sprinted towards the village, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Wolf! Wolf! This time it's real. Please, help!" The villagers, however, remained in their homes, reluctant to believe Oliver's cries. The once tight-knit community had been fractured by the boy's deception, and now, when a real threat loomed, trust was nowhere to be found. The wolf, having its fill, disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind a devastated flock and a broken village. Oliver stood amidst the ruins of his deceit, tears streaming down his face. He had learned a harsh lesson about the consequences of his lies, a lesson that cost the village dearly. The tale of the boy who cried wolf echoed through the hills, a cautionary reminder of the importance of trust and honesty. The villagers, scarred by the ordeal, worked together to rebuild their community, but the wounds left by Oliver's deception took much longer to heal. And as for Oliver, he spent the rest of his days trying to earn back the trust he had so recklessly squandered.